Welcome back, comic collectors and diecast enthusiasts, to another episode of Curb's Garage. I just recently did a video regarding the Hot Wheels second wind and how it's connected to the Speed Racer Mach 5. This video is on Hot Wheels connection with Speed Racer and the Mach 5. Just a little insight for you. You guys are too young. Speed Racer was a cartoon in the 60s and the 70s, was super popular, and there was a time when there was no cable, and believe it or not, it's when people had these RF antennas on their houses, and they got two sets of channels: VHF from 2 to 13, UHF from 14 to 83, and the cartoon was on channel 51 or 52 in the UHF. There wasn't very many channels. There was two, I think, was CBS, 4 was NBC, I think 7 might have been, 7 or 10 was ABC, and you had a local channel like 5 was KTLA for us here in California. Anyhow, we'd run home from school and you'd put on the channel 51 or 52, whatever it was, and you had the Little Rascals, black and white show, and Three Stooges, of course, and then Speed Racer, and then another cartoon called Kimba. This was the first time that anime was came to America, and it came from Japan. Original show there was called Mach Go Go Go, and then when we got it, they kind of had it transferred and changed it to more of American English, and the guy kind of had to do the mouth or the words, kind of had to do it the way I want to say that. He just had to kind of lip sync, I guess, to the cartoon. So anyhow, Speed Racer, as you see here, is the main character, but in Japan his name was Go Mifune, Mifune, and he was named in honor of the legendary actor Toshiro Mifune. This is why he sports a G on his shirt. Some of you guys have seen the Speed Racer, he has a blue G. A lot of people thought that was for Goodyear. Well, it's not. It's for Go. That's his first name. So instead of Speed, his name was Go in Japanese, and his last name was Mifune in Japan, and Racer in the American cartoon. Also, the M that's written on the hood is not for the Mach 5, which I always thought it was, but it isn't. It stands for the Mifune, which is the last name that Pops Racer's motor company was named in Japan. So that's what the M for. It wasn't for Mach 5, it was for Mifune. So there's that. That's the history of that. What you're looking at here is a kind of a DVD. Well, it's not kind of, it's a DVD pack. It's hard to tell, but this is actually rubber. Maybe with the right light, you can see it looks like a tire tread. And here's the back. There he is. There's the G I was talking about on the collar. And then when he came up with the character of Speed Racer, actually, the guy wanted it to be somewhat like Elvis Presley, so that's why he has a black pompadour and the scarf around his neck, and also a combination of Elvis and 007. That's why the car has all the gadgets that you see in some of the cartoons. You have to watch it to check this. There's a bunch of the episodes right there. Usually came in part 1s and part 2. Left you with a cliffhanger at the end of part 1, and then went to part 2. Now this cartoon right here, you notice right here at the bottom, that's where the lights were, and that's important to note when we start looking at the castings. Also, you can see that these dots right here, it actually had 6 dot wheels on it. I'll show you a little bit better. You can see that there it has the 6 dot wheels in the cartoon. So So now to bring the Hot Wheels into it. In 1976, Mattel, Mattel was working on a prototype for the Mach 5, and the plans fell through, and they ended up modifying it, and they came out with this, the second wind, which you've seen in my past video. So that's how the second wind came to be, and there's a bunch of variations of that. You can go back and look at that video if you want. So after that, you didn't see any Mach 5s with Hot Wheels anyways until 2001, and that's one main reason why is because I found this Holy Grail Japan. This is the only time this casting was ever made. You can't get it in America, and you notice it has the 6-dot wheels, and the casting is metal and it has a plastic base, and you see under there the yellow where the lights are painted, and it doesn't look anything like the second wind casting. It's more connected to the real actual Mach 5. Has the thing for the bird to fly out of the telescope, and then the trunk there. So that was in 2001. And then in 2008, they got the licensing for the actual Speed Racer movie with Emil Hirsch, I should say, Emil Hirsch, who is, it's funny because he played Speed Racer, one of my favorite cartoon characters. He played Jay Adams in Lords of Dogtown, one of my favorite skateboarders, Jay Adams. Then a really good book I read with John Krakauer, Into the Wild. He played the main character in that movie, which is a really good book and movie if you've ever seen it. And so if you look at this 2008, you see it's got 5 dots, so it's really close. They didn't have, I always didn't have 6 dots, but how close did they already have it, not knowing that they were eventually going to be doing this casting. And let's take a look at the Japanese casting and the one for the movie. Totally different. Don't know why they didn't keep with the 2001, but they made it really cheap, and there was a bunch of Speed Racer castings for the movie. I mean, there was tons of different ones. So here's that. This one's all plastic, so there's that. And now I was looking at this one compared to the Johnny Lightning, and they're pretty similar, except for the wings in the back are different. The Hot Wheel ones are sharper and go out farther, and the front ends are different as well. The Johnny Lightning one's pretty dull in the front, if you can see that. And the Hot Wheels has the lights on the bottom. The Johnny Lightning does not have it. So definitely different castings there. And then here's a brand. I'm not sure if it's what that is there. Looks like it says MB. This is a little bigger scale, but it's actually kind of closer to the Hot Wheel Japan one. See, the wings are close to the same in the back. Both have the lights under them. There's the top. So it looks almost like the same casting, but a bigger scale. Different wheels. Well, hard to tell. Hard to tell, but almost the same base. I know it's hard to tell with the lighting, but I wonder if that's where they got the casting from. Anyhow, that's it. That's the story of Hot Wheels and the Matchbox. I wanted to make sure I got that taken care of. And so it's out there for anybody that wants to know. I hope you guys are having a great Saturday. Happy hunting. See you in the next video.